Yo guys, what's up? I am finding a 900 MMR game here. Essentially, I believe bronze level on Rune Mall. This is the new patch. Now, if I know anything from Dota 2, it's that low skill players, low level players, do not read patch notes. They'll start playing their hero in Dota 2 and then they'll be like, oh my god, my Tinker is bugged. Rearm isn't refreshing my Scythe of Vice. It's because they don't read the notes. They just log in once in the blue moon to play their old flame Dota 2. But I think Warcraft 3 players, at least on W3 Champions, because there's the extra hurdle of, you know, installing an extra application and not just starting the base game, I think they know a little bit more. So I'm going to assume they are aware of the patch notes. Be that as it may, we can't look into their heads, but we can look at their base. And boy, are we going to look. This is Bronze League Heroes with Ben, the orange human, against SVS, the pink undead player. Let's see how our bronze friends are getting on in Warcraft 3. So far, we can already see that Ben is not a believer in meta build orders, which is nice. It's nice. You always have a chance to go study up build orders later, but why not do things your own way a bit? Just kind of freestyle. He was sending peasants every which way, ants, peasants milling about like ants in his base, going every whichever way. 5 peasants in gold, occasionally idle town hall. All right, so he is a lower APM player, which is of course one of the things that may lead to lower MMR like 900, but he's still following a lot of good tenets of play, such as trying to make wall-offs. I say try because there's a gap here. Heroes can come in. But he's doing his best, right? There's a gap here too. He's doing his best to make it disincentivized for an opponent to penetrate deep into his base. Now, let's take a look at SVS. SVS, on the left side, is going for quite a meta layout, quite a meta build. Though I think his crypt is a little late, he doesn't have an Acolyte Scout, and it looks like he's making a graveyard. So he's basically getting every building available to him except the second Necropolis. There's also the very hallmark, that I recognize this now as a hallmark bronze move, is to put a ziggurat in front. All the pro players put all their ziggurats around their gold mine. Ziggurats are a source of maximum population count, and therefore, although they have fortified armor, they are also really very important to have. And so, even though ziggurats can become defensive towers, they themselves are something that must be defended. Therefore, you don't generally build them in front because they're still a high priority attack target. But in the bronze world, things operate differently, and I love it, and I know you guys love it. Because, if I'm not mistaken, this ziggurat will eventually evolve from a Charmander into a Spirit Tower. This will probably be a Nerubian, this will be a Spirit Tower. Now, the big question is, where will the third ziggurat go? Will it be a more modest position here to the right side of his gold mine? Or is it going to be a similar sentinel location, somewhere in the top left, so that he can have a large coverage area of defense? A very, very freelance build from both, over-investing in buildings here on the pink side, having a very late tech. As for the human, he does know the secrets of militia creeping, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Creeping this troll warlord level 6. Of course, his water elemental is dying and there's a frost armor on it, and he's leaving the priest that can heal alive, which makes this a lot harder. He's trying his best to take out this troll warlord and to do micro bits and to keep his militia alive. He's doing a pretty good job, honestly. It's not efficient, and there's a lot of efficiency differences between high and low level play, but he's getting that camp, right? In the meantime, large banks. Large banks are also a staple of common mistakes at the lower level. A lot of gold. We're talking about really late tech. We're at the 4-minute mark. Human tech can be as early as like 225, more reasonably 245 or 3 minutes. So he's a good 1 minute plus late on tech. And I only say late because we know the alternative. We've seen high level play. And of course, if this was one of the first games of Warcraft 3 being played, you wouldn't think of it as late. It's just, oh, he's teching, right? So it's all relative. And they never asked to be compared to high-level players, right? I'm just casting them because these are live games on ladder. But late compared to what I know. So here's an attack. A double ghoul Death Knight attack with no town portal, no mana. And he's going for both farms at the same time. Just spreading his damage a bit, you know. This is just one part of the grand plan. Later on, he'll get them down to 80%, then 60, then 40, and eventually, suddenly, 12 population will vanish like snow before the sun during Midsummer Day. Ben has teched up. He's getting his lumber mill out. Pretty nice peasant count, keeping his footman alive is all nice. And Ben is actually ignoring SVS and is going straight to the undead base. He smells blood in the water. He thinks this is a low-level bad attack by the undead. He has recognized undead doesn't have any mana. Ah, we've got the answer to our question. Where the third ziggurat is going to be. Let's see. Are these ziggurats going to defend his base, or will they become an attack target? For a short period of time, Ben thought, hey, I should go for those. Then he said, no, there's other things here. He's calling the bluff of SVS and says, do you even have any of these ziggurats upgraded to defensive towers? No, says SVS. I cannot afford it. I need all 1,300 gold and 1,000 lumber. I cannot spare any on defenses. All of it must be invested in the Worm Rush.
I really enjoy your content. Are you going to attend AirLand 2024? Greetings.
That is not known at this time, Crystal. In comes the slaughterhouse. SVS, thank you by the way. SVS has the presence of mind to start a unit production building. No! Run, Jimmy! He has the presence of mind to start a slaughterhouse while he's being attacked. So his crisis management under pressure is pretty clean. He's also making another acolyte. Is this a sixth acolyte for redundancy? Should his goldmine acolytes be attacked again? Is it a acolyte that will make a sacrificial pit right here for a bit of extra information? Or is he going to expand with it? I do not yet know. It might actually be a builder acolyte. When I first started playing Warcraft 3, I thought for sure, I was trying to make a prediction about the future. I was aware people were playing multiplayer online competitive games because I did this in StarCraft 1 and some other simpler games. And I thought for sure the way that it works, since one acolyte can build buildings, you're always going to have a sixth acolyte. I wasn't even thinking in terms of lost redundancy. I just thought you need a builder acolyte, otherwise you're constantly pulling a gold worker. And this turned out to be, let's say, incorrect at high level. This prediction turned out to be unfounded. Ben going for the now standard bronze classic of tier 2 expo at the 6, 7, 8 minute mark. And the tier 3 at the same time. Why do they all do this? Why is it? It's okay. I think I get it. I think I get it. Right? They always just have too much bank, so they can do everything. Pro players will be like, I can't go to tier 3. I haven't got money. And the people in chat will ask, why didn't you get a third hero? Why didn't you upgrade this and this? I'm like, I'm not tier 3. I can't. And then they're like, shouldn't you have gone for an expansion? I think you lost because I don't have money. I'm constantly spending it. Somehow bronze players are better. They always have money for everything. They can expand. Tier 3. 6 unit production buildings. Double blacksmith. It's awesome. They just have more money. It just works. So SVS is expanding and tier 3 at the same time. I mean, I'm seeing a pattern here. Maybe pros aren't that good. They have the CEO grind set, the $6,000 per month grind set. Professional businessmen always know how to create money from thin air. And then they use money to make more money. And then they use tech to make more tech. It's pretty impressive. SVS has over 1,000 gold and lumber. Building up a large buffer of resources is absolutely key in bronze. Because you don't know what your opponent is going to throw at you. Is it 4 workshops or 4 aviaries or 1 barracks? Any one of those. So you need money so you can respond. And since scouting is forbidden, you better make sure that you've got a lot of resources pulled up so that you can respond to things as you see them, rather than anticipating them and then countering them in advance. Double ziggurat, 1 into a spirit tower. I get this. As a noob, I always preferred spirit tower over Nerubian. Spirit Tower deals a lot of damage and looks cool. Nerubian just reduces damage. I use double greatswords in Elden Ring, not a shield, because a lot of damage. Defense is lame, offense is cool, and Spirit Tower resembles that philosophy in every way. If the Archmage had attacked the gold mine, it would now die. But the Archmage did not attack the gold mine, which is why it can survive. He was busy auto-attacking a ghoul. I imagine killing the gold mine would have been better than killing a single ghoul. He put everything on it, 6 footmen and 2 elementals, except for the Archmage. It was literally one hit away, but maybe this is all part of the plan. So SVS building up his acolytes, 1 too many. He cancelled it. No, it finished. Yeah, 1 acolyte too many. So he's gonna have 5 here, 6 on his mine. And he's getting Destroyer upgrade. And he's got a Naga 3rd, which is very common against Night Elf, or used to be anyway, Naga 3rd. Very uncommon against human, but not terrible. Meanwhile, Ben, he's building a blacksmith, he's got some towers, he's got his expansion in tier 3, but in typical fashion, he's not using tier 3. Like I said, tier 3 was a luxury because he had a lot of resources. There was not actually any conscious thought behind it why he needs tier 3. No 3rd hero, no staff, no Orb of Fire, no buildings, no units, no production, no knights, and he's even making more footmen, even though he's at tier 3. He just had the money for it. Now he's thinking in options. He's hedging his bets. And SVS is walking in formation mode as well. Which means all of his units will be slowed down to the slowest unit in his army. Lich just decided to go home for Orb of Corruption. The long way, all the way from the back of the base. But this is not a problem for the Death Knights and Naga. Even though Lich is going back. They're in fighting spirit. You know, it's funny. SVS's units disagree with the plan as much as the average Dota players disagree with each other. The only difference is one brain is controlling all of them. I get it in Dota too. It's like, we need to go high ground now. No. We should squeeze the map and vie for map control. No, what we need to do is we need to take their ancients and hold position under the observer ward. Nope. Everyone is in disagreement with each other, but here it's all controlled by one. Lich is like, I'm not ready, I need my Orb of Corruption. And then Death Knight is like, let's go attack, kill this base. So Ben now has a workshop and he's making flying machines. And he's making an aviary at home, 2,000 gold, no units from the racks. Oh, never mind, there's a knight. And I think he has a peasant in his control group as well, which is pretty cool. I think it's in the control group. Alright, Naga's level 2. Got Death Knight to level 4. Lich picked up Orb of Corruption. With as much gold as he had, you could have picked up heal scrolls, except, oh wait, it's the new patch. You cannot get heal scrolls from your own goblin shop anymore. Not making use of the new Wand of Negation yet, I see. Could be pretty cool against water elementals. But he's got mass destroyers. Currently no upgrades yet. He's going destroyers and abominations. One thing I noticed, bronze players really take a lot of pride in their base building. They have patterns, and when things get destroyed, they will always make it in the same place as where it was when it got destroyed. He went double tower, Ziggurat got destroyed, same place, and in fact same place. Here too, he's got this idea that linking them up and patterning them, see? There's a beautiful order to things. Everything is patterned in a certain direction. And even though that makes them more vulnerable to goblin sappers, I don't think you could pay this guy money to change his philosophy on how to position his cigarettes. Meanwhile, Ben is much more of a free spirit. Look at this. They're not even horizontal with each other. These are, these aren't. Little gap here, this one stands by itself. And then this farm in the woods here, what is this? Some kind of, I want to go back to the wilds fantasy lived out through the game. It looks like we've got our first creepjack coming. Single person thunderclap by the Mountain King. We've got them passing each other like sheep in the night. Didn't see each other because the vision is reduced and nobody has ultra vision. It looks like he's running, well, walking, it's formations. He's walking straight to the human base. And when he finally gets there with his destroyers, and he does know about the absorb chain morph trick. He's getting the farms! There it is! Look, and he's got splash damage on his destroyers. So he's actually hitting the farm behind it with half damage, and the one below it was also getting hit with a little bit of damage. He started this plan many minutes ago, and now he's finishing it. Meanwhile, attacking the Spirit Tower while ignoring the Acolytes and thunderclapping just 2 of the 6 Acolytes is a very honorable way to do this. He's not going to attack defenseless workers. He will kill this tower. And SVS left an open base. He's running home. No! Dude, just kill all his peasants. What's this? Oh, he saw it. Please kill the peasants. Kill these peasants, not the barracks. Oh my god. All right, he's going to kill the barracks. Okay. But he's kept his towers alive. Repairing them. And he's coming in with the defense. I think this looks like a very good army for SVS right now. Neither of them have invested in upgrades yet. Somehow, despite this expansion being attacked for probably 70 seconds, there's still 3 Acolytes alive. I don't know how that's possible. And the tower didn't die. That's a 15-minute attack. He couldn't kill 3 Acolytes? The Double Abomination Fiend Ghoul hit squad failed to take down the barracks, which is now being mass repaired. Not a single peasant was harmed in the process, and Ben has routed them from his base. Now it's time for SVS to attack. And there are not enough flying machines from Ben to stop these destroyers. Abominations coming from above! Dude, what a cool flank here with the Abominations Fiends. Paladin with Orb of Fire, getting greatly slowed down by Naga's Frost Arrow. I get it now. It was to reduce the Paladin Orb of Fire damage output. That's why he got Naga. That level 1 Palad's always scary. MK died with Invul Potion and Heal Scroll. There's a massive lumber issue on Ben's side. He only has 67 lumber, doesn't have enough lumber. Turns out the farm harass and the barracks harass strategy was actually the best thing he could do because it caused so much chaos that Ben was forced to tap out GG. What a dastardly strategy by SVS. The 1-2 punch, focusing completely on farm denial and using StarCraft-like multitasking to send Abomination hit squads to various places. And his Spirit Tower line held the line at his expansion. Really cool and deserved victory. Let's go next game and see what we've got. Ben is in another game against Dexan. Meanwhile, we've got Heisenberg versus Fedorminator. That sounds like someone that dominates his opponents with fedoras. Let's see if that can work against Heisenberg. 800 MMR. Bronze 5 versus Bronze 3. Undead versus Orc. Let's go. The Fedorminator. Fedorminator. Puts its acolytes to work. Ghoul to work as well on... There we go. Then, Crypt Altar. Oh, I like it. Oh, yeah. I used to do this too when I was new. Building as far as possible on the Blight in order to expand your Blight and to have more black ground in your base is awesome. And there's the Ziggurat. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping the Ziggurat was going to be here. I had a pretty good gut feeling about it. If it was going to be here, that would fit my narrative. It would fit my idea of how people build their Ziggurats here. But I guess he didn't want to walk that far again. Let's go take a look at Heisenberg. Heisenberg has gone Warmill, Altar, and Burrow. And I hope we're going to see a Blade Master. But I think we're going to see Farseer, Tauren Chieftain, Wyverns. This seems to be a top strategy. In fact, Headhunter Wyvern, for some reason, is the top strategy in Bronze for Orcs. I don't know how this happened. Yeah, with that barracks, I'm sure this is going to be a Farseer. It's a Blade Master. I'll never say I'm sure again when it comes to Bronze. Oh! He's not listening, by the way. These games are on a 3-minute delay. He cancelled the Blade and made the Farseer. No, he can't be listening. That's not what's happening. All right, Heisenberg. He's cooking. Let's see. What do we got here? The Fedorminator is tipping his hat to anyone that comes to his side of the woods with a passive acolyte. The pact is sealed. Don't do it! Oh man, he frogged up. And that is actually a pretty high level move. Using a scout acolyte to kill a critter before going away is a top happy move. He's always started doing this. Yo, thanks for the sub, Crystal. Because corpses in Warcraft 3 last 88 seconds and heroes are only in production for a minute. That means that if you use your scout acolyte to kill a critter after starting your hero, you can then more easily and seamlessly use Rod of Necromancy to summon skeletons without needing to waste the time with... Okay, he's not actually going there to summon skeletons. So it was more one of those spiteful kills then. I killed you because I can, because I'm a powerful autonomous homo sapien and you're just a AI critter construct. Okay, well that's cool too. That's such a minor optimization. Yeah, I was giving it too much credit, Snack. Farseer harass. Oh my god, they hate shops, dude. They freaking hate shops in Bronze. Last time there was that undead with the ghoul harass. And he harassed the shit out of the orc shop. Heisenberg hates shops. There we go. Now he's attacking the Death Knight. He has found a new attack target. Death Knight does not get the Feral Spirit XP because the wolves were resummoned cleverly by Heisenberg. They're both right-clicking each other, but the advantage of the Farseer is it's ranged. He's bought a Ritual Dagger, a Fedorminator. No! Non-combat consumable! Non-combat! You ate my sandwich? The Moist Maker? Yeah, it's he killed his own acolyte for that. Oh no 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 no! Oh! Fedorminator, no! Oh no! Woo! Damn! Farseer only needed one auto attack on the Death Knight. One auto attack to kill him, but instead he resummoned perfectly okay wolves, missing an auto attack, missing another, then retargeting on the Death Knight, but taking too much damage in the process, so he got death coiled, so the Fedorminator got the coil off, so Heisenberg's Farseer died. He leveled up and he survived because of the bonus health. He cancelled like 2 autos there. Oh no. Now, there was a lot of mental damage done to Fedorminator. Fedorminator currently, his heart rate is up by at least 300%. I know this. So he forgot to tech up to tier 2. He's got 900 gold, 300 lumber. He's got a bunch of ghouls in production. He could be making an expansion, graveyard. He just coiled a feral spirit that didn't die due to the impact. I'm afraid, Bale Bleaks there. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. What is it? You see, your feral spirit got death coiled. Oh my god, is he alright? Yes, he's fine. Is he in a critical condition? No, he's fine. Just resummon. Oh, okay, cool. No problem then. Why did you make me afraid with that death coil news? You should have led with that. Heisenberg is chasing down Fedorminator again. He needs about 4 more auto attacks, depending on how long it takes him. Now, the only problem is Death Knight's a little faster with Unholy than Farseer. Meanwhile, Heisenberg is pulling up Headhunters at home. I don't know why his tech isn't finished yet. He could have been done a long time ago. But anyway, it's not finished. He's making Headhunters with attack upgrade. That's pretty cool. Now, here's how it would look like if Heisenberg was a pro. You would go Tauren Chieftain or Shadowhunter second. You would creep with the Headhunters. Some nice big camps, because he's got many of them and they have attack upgrade. You would tech the tier 3 virtually instantly upon reaching tier 2. Right, so it's TC, Fortress Tech, and then you're gonna rush out. Maybe the Berserker training upgrade when you get to tier 3. Maybe you'll get a 3rd hero. You'll probably get a Bestiary, 1 Raider, 1 Kodo. And that's about it. That's kind of the plan. But here's how it looks like in Bronze generally. He's gonna make 2 Bestiaries, a TC, stay on tier 2, and then make Wyverns. I don't know why they love it. Oh my god! Heisenberg forced the TP. He actually was totally not forced to TP. He felt forced. I think it's important to use empowering language so that you become aware of your own accountability. I was forced to attend the birthday party of my family, so I couldn't make it to work, or I couldn't make it to your dance recital. No, you chose it. You were not forced. Nor was Heisenberg forced to Town Portal. Death Knight had 63 mana and therefore could not Death Coil. He could literally just walk away. But I'm not gonna give him crap for that. I could literally have walked away from Millennia's Waterfowl in Elden Ring, and I didn't, and I got massacred into mincemeat 350 times by it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see who wins, the ghouls or the creeps without the Death Knight. So far, the creeps are winning. That's 2 ghouls. He's not microing them, so I think we could see about 4 ghoul deaths here. That's 3. 4th one coming. There we go. 5th, I don't think the creeps have enough DPS or focus fire for it. And he coiled the full HP ghoul. Which means you actually lose a 5th ghoul and his Death Knight to the Farseer. He's tipping more than Fedora's Fedorminator. He's tipping the creeps and he's tipping Heisenberg. Well, this is a hard camp to do. And I actually respect Fedorminator even more for taking this creep camp and for playing Warcraft 3 and RTS games in general. Why do I respect him more than I respect Happy? Because Happy is playing the meta, which is easy. Anyone can do that. But playing Warcraft 3 by yourself, according to your own idea, without building graveyards next to trees and just using them as blacksmiths, that's the hard mode. Right? He's not looking up guides and metagaming and copying the cookie cutter builds. Fedorminator is learning Warcraft 3 by himself. And that is awesome. Meanwhile, Heisenberg, Shockwave, stealing a creep camp away, messing up the future creep pattern of Fedorminator, though I feel like he's actually doing Fedorminator a favor. This camp is pretty hard, and Heisenberg is showing a level of mastery by not losing his hero to creeps, which has happened to me before. I think if he left this camp up, it may have just beat Fedorminator and his entire base, and then Fedorminator would leave the game. So by taking this camp away, he has actually saved Fedorminator from himself. Meanwhile, the Farseer is also creeping, which is an insane level of multitasking that I didn't expect to see in 800 MMR. Sub 800. That's insane. Farseer creeping the Spider Clamp Limb Ripper while TC is stealing creep camps away. This guy... And he's not even going double bestiary. I really like Heisenberg here. Look at this. 3 different unit production buildings is not easy to control. He's got 2 attack upgrades. And not unrelated attack upgrades, like the human we saw recently that got gunpowder upgrades for griffins, which don't have any gunpowder. He's getting the exact correct upgrades for headhunters. He rushed them out, in fact. He had a plan. Now he's getting Bloodlust and then maybe Kodo. He's got tier 3 and he's probably even gonna use it. He didn't get supply blocked once this game. Heisenberg is a genetic RTS player. He's even shockwaving the non-magic immune creeps. Only the non-magic... He knows these golems are magic immune and he shockwaves the others. There's a lot of good things. I'm kind of sad I didn't see how many ghouls died to this creep camp. The big one. Maybe none. Fedorminator's going to tier 3. Knowing what we know about Heisenberg's army composition, which is... Yeah, awesome! Kodo, Bloodlust, Headhunters. He's only queuing up 2 things per building. Getting the unit before getting Bloodlust, so you can start getting mana regen. Heisenberg has so many high-level habits, man. Of course, there's like the low APM stuff like idle peons. Who cares? He's doing so many things right. Doesn't have the Berserker training for Headhunters yet. Easy to get an oversight like that. In fact, in my last competitive StarCraft 2 game ever as a professional gamer, I did not complete Colossus ranged upgrade, thermal lances. That was actually a game against Happy. It was a 45-minute game without Colossus range. You would think that I would notice. For me, that game was a sign. I'm done. Because a wizard should know better. Oh, third hero. Wait, and he's gonna get Tiny Great Hall on the dot? No, he bought the TP. I was just gonna say, he had exactly enough resources for a Tiny Great Hall and he hadn't bought the town portal thus far, so I thought for sure. But no, it's just a town portal. Fedorminator went 10 ghouls without Frenzy and is now switching to 4 fiends. She's got a lot of ghouls. He's doing a fiend switch. Has Orb of Corruption. A lot of shockwave creeping. And Heisenberg picks up the best item he could possibly find here. Brilliance. With the second best item being Unholy Aura. He gives the Brilliance to the Farseer. Headhunters do have Troll regeneration upgrades, so that's really convenient. He's making a slow Great Hall. Heisenberg. Bloodlust is finished. He's pretty much staying under 50 population for now. Of course, he should make overburrows so he can go over if he so chooses. But he's deliberately staying under 50. In terms of macro strategy, Heisenberg is doing fantastic. TC does have TP, and he actually uses Scroll of the Beast and TP at the same time, which is normally not something you want to do. But was it all a grand plan? Because he used the damage he got from it to kill the Death Knight. I would say if you know you can TP to save your TC and to kill the Death Knight, it's totally worth it to use Scroll of the Beast and TP. That's an obscene amount of bonus damage, right? Kodos give 20% bonus damage, and Scroll of the Beast gives 25%. So he has 45% bonus damage on Headhunters that have 2 attack upgrades. That's an insane amount of damage, not something Fedorminator could handle. Fedorminator is now switching away from his 1 attack upgrade quadruple fiend army and is going to Ghoul Frenzy with 4 ghouls. Fedorminator likens himself to the Horses of the Apocalypse. All his threats come in 4. But he's called out. He wanted to take this small camp. To a player that hasn't been somewhere, a taken camp looks like an untaken camp. So just like Frodo in the swamps, he should not have followed the lights. Heisenberg was there. He vastly outmatched Fedorminator. A very, very solid game by Heisenberg. I think he's going to climb in MMR soon. That was a great game by him. Fedorminator, back to the drawing board. GG. Yeah, he even purged the Fiend. It was good micro control.
Okie dokie.
I don't know how he got so low in MMR, but he's headed for the stars for sure. GG.